Okay, this is the box that I received my shipment from I guess it's Kimmel Products, or Kimmel Mart. Kimmel Mart. And it was shipped out of, I was going to say Ontario, but I guess, no, I'm looking at it more carefully. It's Ontario, California, so I guess it's in Ontario and California. I did not know that. I was telling everybody this was from Canada. Alright, so it was shipped from California then. It did take 2 weeks to get to Michigan. Maybe a little more. And inside of this box was this box. And that tripod, which I'll probably include in this video too. And opening up the box, and this is what I get. It's a nice, nicely painted, sealed fixture. Comes with just a short pigtail, enough to go to a little metal box or something to do your connections. But that's all it comes with, is a real short pigtail. The ends of the wire were tinned. I nipped them off and stripped them a little so I could jam them in this thing to give me a cord for temporary. So the cord doesn't come with it, of course. This the tin wires. Get this back on the screen. And that's what you get. That's the 30 watt model. Nice bracket, pretty thick. Painted, sealed, heat sinked. Whole shebang. $30. 30 watts. And when you consider a power 38 bulb, which usually the biggest ones you can find are 18 watts for my outdoor PAR lights. And most of those cost around $30, so this is a pretty good deal. There's some fingerprints on the reflector inside, and there's fingerprints on the inside of the glass too. I don't know if I'm going to take the thing apart to clean that up. It's not that big a deal. It's kind of strange that they'd leave it like that though. But anyways, very bright, very good price. I only bought one, even though I need to light my whole barn up. I'll probably need like 6 fixtures. But I wanted to make sure it wasn't vaporware. The price seemed a little too cheap. And along with the tripod I got for $6 more or less. That turned out to be nice too. I'll show you that in a second. It's got little rubber tipped ends on everything and it's real solid plastic. So I'm happy with that purchase too. So both purchases from Kimmel look pretty good. And the name and back is like a T with a P sticking out the side. TPL lighting, I guess. 120 volts, 30 watts. And this is they call daylight colored, so it's not warm white or cool white. It's supposed to be daylight. Another item I got from Kimmel Products, or Kimmel Mart, is this tripod. It's kind of neat. You can attach it to something vertical, something horizontal, or something in between, maybe even a tree. And, you know, use it as a tripod. Here's your, camera mount, of course. And it's fairly cheap. Inexpensive, I should say. It's pretty well made for what it is. Plastic, of course. These can pop out and they lock. There's a little unlock switch in the bottom here to unlock them when you want to put it back together. But you can use it like a tripod, and then this becomes your level. And along with this head being able to pivot anywhere you want it to, so you can level that out too. So it can be a conventional little tripod, or like I said, you can attach it to something with that clamp. Snap little legs back in, and use it with the clamp function. Kind of neat. It was like $6 or something like that with shipping. So what can you lose? And they just stuck it along in the box along with the light. Alright, this is my pole barn. Got a little light leaking in because I got some soffit damage on the side there, but I've got 3 of these large fluorescent 8-foot bulb fixtures. I thought these bulbs were 80 watts each, but I guess they're more like 63 or so. But you can see they don't light up all that brightly in here. It's hard to judge by the camera because it's auto-irising it. But it's really kind of dull in here. Slowly getting brighter as they warm up. It's about, I'm guessing it's just a little bit above freezing right now. So these lights perform even worse when it's really cold. And being northern Michigan, these lights get a lot colder than this, a lot dimmer than this. So that's part of my problem. Is in the winter they just don't come on very brightly. That fixture in back is always kind of flickery, even though it's got new bulbs in it. So I really need more light in here. I could easily double these fixtures. I think he intended to put like 3 rows of 6 fixtures total in here. I turned this one around here. This used to be parallel with the other 2. And you can see I got a duplex outlet there, so I could have easily plugged one in here and then one in here and then the same back there. I think that's kind of what he intended to maybe do if he needed more light. He being the original builder. But it's sort of inadequate. It's sort of dim in here. It's dim over the workbench here. So you can kind of see even with the auto iris, it's kind of dim in that corner. Actually looks darker in real life than it does on the camera. So that's my situation. Fluorescents don't work well in the cold. I want efficient lighting because this is a lot of power to run in here. You know, if these units are consuming more than 120 watts each, it adds up pretty quick, especially if I put 6 of them in. Now LEDs aren't that much more efficient than fluorescents, and it kind of depends on the individual fixtures and all that stuff. But in general, fluorescents at their best are pretty equivalent to what an LED can do. And that's getting less true as time goes on. LEDs will work more at their total efficiency. They'll slowly surpass fluorescents, but not by much. So really the advantages are cold weather performance over efficiency. Also instant on, instant off, and durability, of course. And possibly even price, because I haven't priced it out yet, but one of these 8-foot long fixtures with 2 bulbs in it, you know, for about 120 watts of light. Well, I haven't priced it out. It probably is still going to be under 120 bucks, but I can buy a LED fixture for roughly 120 bucks. That'll give me 120 watts. So price-wise, you know, if I can get these fixtures through Camel, I'm really not going to be paying much more to go LED over fluorescent. All right, so given that these are 120 watts per fixture, a little more, say 130 watts per fixture, I'm going to be putting up this 30-watt bulb just for comparison. And of course, it's not going to compare totally with these, but we'll see how close it comes. And here's sort of a comparison. The fixture in the foreground, of course, is a fluorescent. The fixture in the background, you can see, is my little 30-watter. The fixture next to it's another fluorescent. And the fixture next to it isn't really running optimally. Only one bulb's really lit. So it's still 63 versus 30 though. And you can see for 30 watts, it's illuminating that corner up, lighting that corner up, illuminating the corner. It's certainly not as bright as this guy. It's probably doing close to what it should be doing at this point because it's warmed up for a while. But it's for 30 watts, it's nice. You know, it's putting out a good deal of light. It's lighting up the floor and everything around here. This is all lit up in its daylight light, which is a little contrasts a little bit to the fluorescence. It's a nicer light actually. It's got a slight purplish tinge compared to the fluorescence, I suppose. And the fluorescents are, I think, are a daylight spectrum too. I'll have to look. But not bad for 30 watt. Well, I can't seem to find the 100 watt unit I saw the other day. I saw a different 100 watt unit. They had a nice, interesting case for this other one. Anyway, they've got them up to 150 watts at a pretty decent price.